Well, folks, there ain't be much, but we've got a brand new series underway. Welcome to the Sunset Bend Street Stock Road Course Challenge presented by the Prodigy Racing Association. Thomas Cuthbert here, also known as Orion I, here with you tonight as we get the first round of this brand new series underway. A little bit of a pulled together at the last minute, but that does not mean we are not going to have ourselves a fun time. What we do have is the schedule for the season. We're going to start on the streets of Chicago for our first race today in the street stock cars. Yes, the 3 street stocks. Those things are a bit of a mess. Don't worry about it. We've got in Chicago today. Next week will be Watkins Glen. We'll head to Sandown on the 23rd, Sonoma on the 30th, then Detroit to begin the month of November, Novara, Interlagos. We'll have our Thanksgiving break, and then the final round will be at Long Beach. And there isn't really much to say other than I think it's about time we get rolling onto the track. We'll get a better look at our drivers later on, but for now, let's see how they're doing on the track. Here we go. Let's find one on the track. Barra Ivan on the road. The streets of Chicago, as you can see on the map on the bottom left of your screen, it is, well, it's pretty much the streets of Chicago. This is like not even a joke. This is in the heart of downtown at Grant Park in Chicago. The track initially proposed in about 2021 as a, well, I think imaginary might be the word, but virtual race is the best way to put it. It was initially looked at in about during the COVID times, good old lockdown of 2020. And NASCAR was be about in exploratory conversations, the best way to put it, looking at maybe you could actually run this, just go through the streets of Chicago. They ran an event in 2021 for the eNASCAR iRacing Pro Invitational Series, broadcasted live on NASCAR on Fox in June of 21, and then started working on plans to put it in the calendar. A fun little fact about the NASCAR calendar, the track that it replaced in 23 was the Quick 250 over in Road America, which ran once in 1956 and wouldn't be seen again until 2021. It was Chase Elliott who took the win in 21, then Tyler Reddick in 22. And in 2023, Chicago ultimately replaced it. It became known as the Grant Park 220, part of the Cup Series. Initially, there was also plans for an IMSA event to take part in 2023 for their sports car championship, but it was later replaced with the Xfinity Series race instead, the Loop 110, as it was called. I think ultimately they've changed it now to the Grant Park 165 instead of the 220, which was a choice. And that is a little bit of history for you on this track. We're about a minute away from the beginning of qualifying. Keith Nelson Jr. seems to be the driver to watch right now. 4 tenths ahead of the second place man in Brock Morris. Looks like all the drivers are on the track. We even got Kuba in the mix. Hey, Kuba. Good to see you, buddy. We missed you a little bit. 20-minute race. They'll have 10 minutes of qualifying. And they're going to get to spend as much or as little of that time as they want. There are 20 laps registered for your qualifying time. So take those 10 minutes and use them wisely. It'll be a 20-minute race, so we will be out of here. Actually, not too far out, which is a little surprising. Let's say hello to everyone. Laura May 2214, welcome, and thank you for the follow. Same to George Griffiths and Jay Houston for their follows yesterday. Much appreciated. And the session has changed. We are headed to qualifying. The practice session showed a lot of learning to do for all the drivers today, as you get to see some of the views of Chicago. This is in Grant Park. This is basically just, the streets of Chicago. It's like not a joke. Oh, my goodness. This is not lone qualifying, people. They are qualifying on the track at the same time. Oh, you know what? I'm in for it. I like it. This is Colby Vaughn. He's got one behind him. Who would that be? That is Chris Burke. You know what? I'm in. I like it. I don't know if this is going to stay this way. But normally, for those that are a little unfamiliar with what's going on, typically in iRacing sessions, the qualifying is known as a lone qualifying session. Everyone is in their own little instance of the track. Nobody is on the track with anyone else at any one time while the qualifying session is active. This is not that. This is a little more proper racing, real life racing qualifying, where everyone's going to be on the track at the same time, looking to get those lap times in within those 10 minutes. You know what? I'm in. Let's do it. Gonna just spread the word real quick. We've got street stocks in Chicago. Let's see who else has hit the track. There's Brock Morris, one of our faster drivers in the practice session. Gets through turn 1, no problem. You swing all the way out for turn 2. There's a lot of 90-degree turns. So I might have gotten a little bit of crunchy. Let's look at inside the car of the street stock. Yeah, these things are It's actually pretty fun to watch the track, to be fully honest with you. I actually enjoy it. A lot of 90-degree turns. 12 turns total. 9 of them 90-degree. Uh-oh, is he having a bit of a blink? I think he had a bit of a blink. I think it's safe to say, I forgot this had this little bend in here. I like that. I like the bend. Only one car still on their outlap. That is David Nannen out on the track in the 21 car. This will be our way of getting acquainted to the drivers. By next week, we should have a better feel of what's going on out here on the track. And down the straight he rolls. Morris will put the first time on the board. 136.2. Not bad. What's going on over there? Yep, group qualifying, Aaron. Yep, this is not a lone session. Oh, Brock going in a little bit hot into that turn, but got through it A-okay. Oh, my. 150 followers as well for the PRA channel. Congratulations, guys. And I thank you all so much for supporting the Prodigy Racing Association. These guys do great stuff, actually. Let's see some other cars on the track. Here's Keith Nelson. He's got Burke behind him. Uh-oh. A little bit of squirreliness there from Keith. He wants to reset. I think Blanco. Oh, yeah, I figured as such. Watch the rejoin. Not the worst. I think it'll be fine. Yeah, take the road to pit road. Here's David Nannen in the 21 car. I don't know whether or not the group qualifying was intentional, but I'm kind of here for it. So you know what? This is a win in my book. Duppy. bit of a slide, but he gets through the corner. A-okay, well done, Nan, and holding on to it. But you got a crash on the board. That is a car facing the wrong way. What happened here? What? Let's have a look. Well, we've got group qualifying going on. Oh, way too hot into the corner. Oh, and he collects another. Big time damage. Yeah, these turns are a bit tricky. And fun fact with the street stocks, these things don't really have brakes. I mean, they do, but they ain't doing much. Tell you that. Qualifying rolls on for about another 2 minutes, it seems. Excuse me. Uh-oh, that's a bit too much. I'll park it for now. Not much time for him to get it. I don't actually. No, it's too late. His lap times are about 1:35, so he will not be able to qualify and get a time on the board. Only 5 drivers are going to qualify unless there's people out there not on their outlap. Blanco might get one. That sounds like a crash upcoming. Jimmy Sallow? Oh, hey, buddy. Welcome in. Oh, Sallow, that poor car. Okay, he's not qualifying. Blanco's got a chance here. If that doesn't count as contact on the iRacing board, then he's in. But it probably does. Last couple turns coming up. Another bit of crunch time into the wall. See, I don't think this is going to count, but it is at least good to get a feel for how this track is going to be. Brock Morris is going to have, well, was going to have quite the advantage over Keith if Nelson couldn't get a time on the board, but Nelson Jr. is on there. Second place right now with a 136.4. And Blanco, not on the board. No time for you. Oh, he's got time. He can get a lap in. We'll watch on in earnest. If he can avoid touching the walls, then he should be good. A lot of coasting in these cars. Oh, no! He's binned it! That's a good 360, but it doesn't matter. It'll ruin the qualifying time. And that, I mean, sorry, Blanco, you got to join the list. And I don't think there's anyone out there who maybe Ivan can get on there. He's got a chance. Ah, there it goes. Kuba? No. Sallow? No. No, you're too late. And the rest of the drivers in the pits, this is going to be our qualifying set. Okay. What we want to do with points? I don't know. They didn't tell me this. We're kind of just sending it, bud. That's the session done. There's our beautiful pace car. Look at him. Standing proud. Is he doing the thing? Something may have bugged out again. I'm gonna be upset. I think it bricked. I think it bricked. It did not break. It was, in fact, working the whole time. A lot of did not qualifies. Turns out the overlay was its own window. Okay, cool. Well, your qualifying's okay. Now you're just flexing on me. Okay. You out. We are gonna do a rolling start, which is smart. As far as your qualifiers, it is Morris who will get the start and pole position. Keith Nelson in second place. Colby Vaughn in third. Chris Burke fourth. Kyle Pokrefsky will have the fifth place spot. Nathan Scott Maru in sixth. Daniel Blanco seventh. David Nannon in eighth. Barra Ivan ninth. Justin Rector in 10th. Jimmy Sallow and Joey Kuba will have the back row. We are off. Don't spin those tires too much, boys. They're going to be weaving. Okay, so the overlay does work, by the way. I just am bad. I'm bad at this. It's its own window. It doesn't have the always on top property I wanted it to have. Can I actually make it? I probably can. There it is. At least I got that. Okay. It was one of the choices of all time. Aaron, you are correct to that one. I'll tell you that right now. Oh my God, we got damage. We got damage on the pace lap. I think he got given a bit of grace, but there was damage on the pace lap. That looked to be P9. I think that was Barra Ivan who hit the wall. Yeah, that's Ivan. I think the audio might be a little bit low. That's fine, though. These cars don't have, like, the same high-pitched scream that the Indy cars do, so the audio is a little bit lopsided. It's quiet. Make it around the corner, boys. Come on. Well done. Just a couple more. Also, Aaron, fun fact, I don't know how to turn group quality off either in my own session. We had a blink. That's terrifying. In these cars, a blink is a death sentence. Is this working? Oh, God. Oh, that's not a good feeling. Oh, boy. Oh, yeah, it's good. Okay, good. They are on top of each other.
Green.
We are green flag racing in the streets of Chicago. Down the front stretch, they are right side by side, heading into turn one, the first 90 degree of many these drivers are going to face. And Nelson holds on to that inside well, but a little bit of overspeed will help out the driver who held that pole position. It's Brock Morris who stays in the front, and a little bit further back, Chris Burke holds on to fourth. The traffic behind him starting to build up a little bit. Pokrefsky, Blanco, and Nannon all on top of each other. Right now it's Brock Morris on the outside, and a little bit of contact, but they get out of it okay. These two drivers are going to have quite the battle up the front, it seems to be. Already starting to pull a gap away from the rest of the pack. Holding on to that inside is Morris, and he cuts the knees off of Nelson to get ahead. A nice defense from Morris, taking up the middle of the track, not giving him room on that outside lane. Trying to keep close behind is Colby Vaughn, sitting at about half a second behind the two in front. Up in third is Vaughn. Now they go single file, a little bit of contact with the wall as we head into turn one. They will stay with Morris for now. Vaughn still trying to keep up, doesn't really have the pace just yet. Here's Blanco in a bit of a spin and ends up collecting another into the wall. As the two collide, they will get out of it, but a little bit of rough contact there. And Blanco seemed out of control and ended up taking one with him. Let's get another look at that one. This is a qualifying one. Here we go. Heading into this turn one, what happened here? Car in front goes a bit of a spin, and then Blanco overshoots it. He spins himself. A car was trying to sneak by, and Blanco crunches it. His Rector got caught up in that as well. We'll watch it from the focus being on him. So Blanco in front is spinning. He went for a bit of a spin, got out of it, was wanted to take that right lane as Blanco looked to still be going, but he can't do it. And we have another crash on the board. Oh, boy. We are back to live, and he's got to be very... here, Trapbutt, you've got to wait basically to the end of the line. Luckily for him, the rejoin ends up being okay. Let's see exactly what happened. Too much throttle on exit, it seems to be, and around he went. So for now, Morris and Nelson maintaining a big gap from the rest of the pack. 4.5 seconds between them and Colby Vaughn. Here's Daniel Blanco back out on the track with Ivan in front, looking to close the gap as Pokrevki is out of it of a spin, and he goes around turn one. He'll hold on to 6 for now with Nannen putting pressure on him. Here's David Nannen looking to get by. He's got plenty of work, plenty of time to work with here. We're just past the 4-minute mark. Is this in heats? Wait a minute. Wait a minute. This is in heats? Hold on a second. Oh, he got a spin on the board. Something's happened in front of us. I don't exactly know what it was, but Blanco and Ivan are side by side. Looks like 2 other drivers have had a crash. It was Burke and Kuba who registered on the board, so let's have a look at what happened. Oh, no, Blanco overshoots it. And a little bit of contact in the back end of Nannen. And he gets out of it. All right. Let's look at the crash we were mentioning earlier between Burke and Kuba. Oh, they both cooked it. They both cooked it. Salo looks to be crashing in on Blanco. Looks like Blanco was a bit slow on exit. Salo will get by for P7. I see heats on the board, so someone's going to have to explain to me what in the world this session is. Invert the field for 20 minutes for race 2. That's a choice. I'm kind of down for it. So, folks, we're going to be here for a little bit. So Blanco gets the position back on Salo. Is Nelson starting to lose him a little bit, and him by we've got Kubo's spun the wrong way. Yeah, these street stocks are a bit of a menace. They're brutal to drive. I can't say I was exactly ready to see this be a heat session, but I'm not exactly opposed. As Nelson is pushing it through these corners. These two drivers definitely have quite the control over these cars and are looking to put it to the test. The white, black, and red Mobil 1 versus the green and yellow Folgers. Both of them in the Camaras. Meanwhile, a little further back, we go to David Nanin's on board as he's chasing down Pokrevki. As Blanco's had himself a bit of a moment. And we got our first driver in the pits. What? Oh, there had to have been some major damage then to Blanco for him to go to the pits. Let's have a look. Well, let's see what happened with the initial. Okay, we saw the spin. Let's go about 25 seconds after the spin. Oh, that's a big crunch behind him. And that's another big one. Yep. And that was when Salo got by. And we had another one pop up not too long after. This is about a minute 40 after. So next lap, same corner. And a hard hit on the left side, and he went in for the pits. Still Nelson close behind Morris. We go to the same spot we were just at not too long ago. Last time we checked on these two. The second to last corner of the circuit. Couple of other incidents taking place and a bit behind the pack. First driver below. First driver a lap down is Blanco as he's getting repairs and his tires changed. In the meantime, let's go a little bit further back. Let's head towards P6. That doesn't work. Okay, so we're not using that ever again. I appreciate the effort, Blimp, but it ain't it. It ain't it. As Muru has yet to register on the track yet. Erector has had a crash. Let's see what that car. Ooh, that's not a happy looking car. What happened here? A little bit squirrely there. It was already looking a bit damaged on the front end and overspun it. And whipped the corner just a little bit. We have this 3-long battle between Ivan, Pokrevki, and Nanin. Within about a second or so of each other, as a little bit slow was Pokrevki. Nanin not ready for it, as Pokrevki will go over towards the right side. Made that move before Nanin jumped for it. A little bit of trouble there for Pokrevki, and Nanin will get by for P5. Pokrevki a little bit too far to the outside, hits the wall and loses his momentum. Nanin swoops in and takes the position. Disconnect. That's unfortunate. Unfortunately, no Muru at the moment as he is out of the session. Hopefully, we'll be able to come back, but unknown at the moment as Pokrevki is falling a little bit behind, meaning that Nanin has got a one-on-one battle with Ivan at the moment. Thank you, Task Manager. Very cool. Oh, crunchy. Nanin to the outside. Hangs on to it and has the position for now. Looks to keep it rolling down the straight. little bit of trouble there. Ivan's got the speed, but with another corner coming up, Nannon's going to have an easier time to defend, and he does hold off for now. Let's go back to the front of the pack with Nelson here. Oh, maybe a bit of contact with the wall there from Morris, and Nelson's catching up. Tried to get alongside, may have clipped the wall a little bit there, did Nelson. As they were nearly bumper to bumper. Bit of a bump draft, and now Nelson to the inside. Isn't quite there to make the move. And we'll duck back in. The lead staying with Morris. Fun fact, I also have no clue how a point system would work in a heat system. As Burke's registered for a crash, so that's a suboptimal. Burke right now sitting here in 8th position, about 2 seconds back of Salo. There he is in front. Oh, that car's not looking happy. That car probably should go to the pits soon. But if he goes to the pits, that race is over, as we saw with Blanco, who is out there. Never mind, he's still in the pits. Uh-oh. Someone was spinning tires. That was Salo, and Burks might get a chance on him. Oh, that's a wall crunch. Uh-oh, maybe a little bit of trouble there for Salo as he had to snap it towards the left side. And Burke doesn't quite have the speed to make the move on him yet. I think it has to do with the fact that front bumper is missing. Might have something to do with it. Maybe. Let's get back towards, how about this battle for P5? Pokrovsky about a second back of Ivan. Oh no, Burke's had some trouble. Where is he? I see. He's had trouble in this corner again. What exactly happened here? I'm betting too much throttle on exit. Oh, he never had control in the first place. How is that car still functional? Good Lord. Well, as he gets back out there, Pokrovsky in 6th now behind Ivan. I wonder where Kuba is in comparison to the leaders at the... Oh, they're right there. Well, that's terrifying. Kuba trying to give way to the leaders on the inside. What's going on there? Kuba is getting spun around. And a big collision as into the wall goes Morris. Nelson gets through. Let's take a chopper view of that one to see what exactly happened. So Kuba is going to the outside here. Nelson thinks he's got the room. That's Morris, rather, who thinks he's got the room. And they end up getting together. I want to look at that from Morris's POV, and he's had another incident on the board. That's the wrong one. Try again. So there's Kuba on the outside. He wants to go for this inside lane. Kuba crashes in, though, and just a bit of contact spins him around, and it caught him on the back end, and he gets stuck in the wall. And Morris is in the pits. And so Nelson's going to have quite a bit of room to himself. We've got about 4 minutes 40 left in Heat 1. And when the race ends, we'll invert the field and go again. Uh-oh, Morris is... oh, right, yeah, he's still in the pits. Uh-oh, Burke? You okay, Burke? That car's not happy. I wonder when he'll be able to get back out there. I don't think it's going to be for a little while. We've got a nice battle here. Ivan trying to get back at Pokrevki. He has him right now on the inside. Looks to hold it. He does have the overspeed for now, and the gap has gone up to 2/10, and he's got the position. Got to hold it around the corners. And he does. Well done to Ivan. Now, Kuba's car is not exactly having the best of times. In 10th right now. Could possibly... Oh, no. Oh, no. Pokrevki and Ivan have crashed. It looks like Pokrevki gave him the position, so let's see what happened here. Car was crashing in front of them. Oh, Pokrevki a little bit too hot into the corner. Catches Ivan on the back end. Let's look at that again. Just can't get the car slowed down in time and ends up collecting Ivan. Pretty good on that one. But gives the spot back. Ivan in 4th for now. Oh, Ivan ends up in the wall. Right now, the gap between Nelson and Vaughn is about 28 seconds. Vaughn to Nan at about 22. It's going to be about 2 more laps. Maybe 3 more for Nelson. Morris is still in the pits, it looks like. Yeah, that's him on the left behind the pace car. He's getting slidey. But he's hanging on to it. Minute left in the heat, the first heat of today. Nelson's going to get a chance to go one more time around the track, then the white flag will come out. In fact, he'll probably see the white flag here as he goes around the final corner. There's the white flag. Nelson begins his final lap around the streets of Chicago here for Heat 1. And with no one to fear, with the unfortunate situation with Morris, he'll just get by the lap traffic. That is Justin Rector, whose car does not want to turn. He has taken the tow. So Nelson will just look to cruise to victory here. The time has run out, so all he's got to do is make it home. At about the halfway mark of the track, next turn upcoming. 4 more 90s left to go. Still lap traffic building up in front, but he's not going to catch him in time to need to worry about them. Few more corners to go. It was all Morris until it was a very unfortunate incident with Kuba. And it leads to Nelson getting a bit of a cruise as he makes it to the checkered flag. Keith Nelson Jr., your winner for heat number 1. As we'll go around the rest of the track to see how things are going elsewhere. This is Pokrevki trying to catch up to Ivan for P4. A little bit of contact with the wall. In fact, Pokrevki knocked into it quite a few times and is losing speed. So where's Burke? He's gone. Jimmy Sallow here. About 13 seconds back. And Kuba will take the line and take the spot. No, he won't. He was still too far behind Burke. Rector will go down to 9th. Sallow will finish on up with his lap. He'll be the final car to finish a lap. Drivers, make sure you don't disconnect from the session. We're going all over again for Heat 2. And that'll do it here for heat number 1. Nelson, the winner, with Vaughn in second. Nannen, Ivan, Pokrevki, Sallow, Burke, Kuba to finish it up. Now it's a warm-up. I will be back. We're going to take a small break and be back for heat number 2 when we return. Thank you very much, Surf71, for the follow. Much appreciated. And as you agree, this is what it's going to look like for the beginning of heat number 2. It'll start with Maru. It's got Blanco, Morris, Rector. This is your gridding order. You're basically going backwards. Then Kuba and then Burke to go for row number 3. Jimmy Sala will take P7 with Pokrevsky in P8. Followed by Barra, Ivan, and Nanin to make up row 5. Vaughn and Nelson Jr. will be row 6. And that brings this to a close. Where in the... Someone's missing. Oh, there's Morris. He's in 3rd. He's also not on the track. Rector is going to take the option of starting from the pits. Whoops. Showed the secret to the sauce. Whoops. Yes, Big Johnson. Yes, it will be. Oh, God. Oh. They're crashing. Are they crashing? I thought I heard crunching. One more turn to go. Pace car is off.
Green flag, green
and
flag.
There's the green flag. Here we go. Blanco and Kuba are going to be side by side heading into turn 1. Looking for the move is Salo on the inside. I don't think he's going to have the room. And around turn 1, boys. A little bit of contact with the wall. Not too bad. Oh, no. Oh, I'm doing really bad. Oh, I got to go. The focus will stay on Kuba for now as Blanco looks to get away. I just don't look at it. We'll focus on Blanco, who's in the lead for now. Actually, I think a good one to focus on will be Nelson Jr. Alrighty, folks, we are back. And it seems Nelson is already within 9 seconds of the leader. Now, what in the world happened? It seems like we missed a lot. So, in session 4 here, let's have a look. We'll start on the board with Dave Nannanen. It's Dave Nannanen. This was when Nelson was trying to get by. Nelson chokes him out on the inside. And he hits those tires pretty hard. He had the room on the inside, just couldn't really take it. Now, how about Burke? Why is Burke in the pits? I'm sensing a spin. Not yet. Oh. Can we get that again, but from the, from this. Too hard. Just too hard in the corner, and that thing is a kaput. How about Nannanen? That's a slide and a spin and a crunch. Oh, no crunch. And how about Salo? He registered on the board as well. He's in P9 right now. Spun it in turn 1. Wasn't even alone. Hey, buddy. Back to live here. A battle between Colby Vaughn and Kyle Pokrevki. Vaughn on the inside. And has the disadvantage for now, so to speak. Doesn't have the position yet. Pokrevki will hold on to it. As there's Ivan way, way close to the bumper. Maybe a little bit of contact as well in the back of Vaughn. Still, Vaughn is ahead at the moment. As Nelson has gotten by Blanco, and it looks like Blanco struggling big time with speed. Nelson makes the move. And now behind them is where the party starts. Ivan right into the bumper of Vaughn. Had to swing out a little bit to avoid it seems. Thankfully does. This is neck in neck right now in this battle for third. Pokrevki trying to hold off the traffic. They all hit the wall just a little bit. Pokrevki's gone a little too hard, just come across. Thankfully, Vaughn able to avoid, but Ivan may have had a chance to get by. Swing on back. It is side by side with Ivan and Vaughn. Vaughn forced him to the outside. A little bit of contact yet again as they clatter side to side. Still holding on for dear life for the both drivers. It's Vaughn on the right side of Ivan. Ivan may be looking for the over-under. Doesn't have it. Vaughn will get by for the position. Woo-wee. It looks like Brock Morris is not in the session, which is an unfortunate for him. Also, thank you, Aaron, for the Prime resubscription. 5 months. 5 months, Aaron. Right now, the pressure is mostly on Ivan to try and catch up to Vaughn as Vaughn is extending that gap to him more and more. Is there a spin in front? There was not. This is Blanco 13 seconds up the road from Vaughn. A little contact with the wall, as per usual. Couple meatballs on the board for Pokrevki and Burke. Salo's got a black flag as well. Unsure what happened with that. Hopefully we'll get some word on it soon enough. Salo showed up on the board for a crash before entering the pits. Well, we heard it. Let's see it. Also went too hard. That tire's supposed to be moving. I'm not sure what the penalty he got given was, but he's got one now, as it's Nelson in the lead. And Blanco seems like he's having trouble. And Rector is Oh. What happened here? Oh, God, that happened quick. Let's get another look a little bit further back in time. I think he went into a corner a little too hot with pressure on him from behind. Car wouldn't turn. And that thing is destroyed. So Rector's going to go a lap down. Oh, Big Johnson, thank you for the Prime sub. 4 months of it. Much appreciated. Right now, the big battle as we are past the halfway mark. It's mostly going to be Vaughn and Ivan who battle for third. They're still at it. About a second gap. Uh-oh, no. Blanco's not looking good. He's spun around the wrong way. Gets it under control in time, but pressure is going to start to mount on him a little bit. Vaughn's cut that gap down to 8. A little bit of a slide maybe from Vaughn, but he still holds on to it. Unsafe pit entrance, that would be, yeah, that would make sense given the way he walked in. That's a slide. These cars do love themselves a good slide. Oh, Ivan's had a bit of crunch time at the wall. He's really going out to the outside for a lot of these turns, and it's starting to scrape the paint off the car. There it is again. He is thankfully not whipping it into the turns, as here's Blanco. Just trying to hold off Vaughn and hold on to the second place spot. As the field is slimmed down substantially, Rector, Salo, Pokrevki, and Burke all had to go to the pits, and Morris out of the session. The main thing is David Nannon trying to get by Joey Kuba now, who's 3 seconds up the road. Oh, that's not good. Well, Nannon is at the very least. Oh, Kuba's had some trouble as well. He's ended up in a crash. Nannon trying to catch up to him, but that front bumper missing is going to be a problem. Can he at least hold on for the turn? This one he can, but he lost speed doing it. What happened with Kuba? Tried to slow it down and overcooked it on the turn and spun the car. Luckily for him, That thing's still pointed forward, so he'll hold on to the position for now. Back to Nannen. Trying to close in as soon as he can. About 5 minutes remaining in this second heat. As Nelson. He's looking to get 2 in a row, and we'll figure out the point system later because I don't really know what's going on. Bit of a crunch in the wall from Kuba, and he is catching. The gap is now down to less than a second. Kuba mostly just trying to hold on. A little bit of contact in the wall from Nannen's going to help that out. They both get out of the turn cleanly. Let's go up the road a little bit. How's Ivan doing? He's lost a little bit of speed. That gap down to about 2 seconds. Importantly for Blanco, though, Vaughn now 9.5 seconds back. Hey, Chris Burke's back out on the track, and he'll look to catch up and get some places back on the board with a missing front bumper. Nannen on the inside of Kuba. He's gotten alongside, wants to stay on that inside. He's there. Can he make it stick? A little bit of bump into a wall. But he holds it, and he's got the position. Well done from David Nannen as he gets by Kuba for P5. As Burke closes in on pit row, this will be 8th place for him. On the board is Salo, still in the pits. And another time around, another couple times around, he should get P7 as well, with Rector still in for damage repairs. Still Ivan trying to catch up to Vaughn. He's got it down to a 1.5 seconds, so there's definitely a chance for him here. Wants to get onto that podium here in Heat 2. Although he's starting to lose him a little bit now, up to 2 seconds. As Burke has gotten by Rector, and so as Kuba. Oh my! What in the world happened here? Let's have a look. Oh, no, it's turn 1. Oh, no, it's turn 1. Too much. Just put too much on it and destroyed it. And tried to keep driving it. The front right was down. And that thing just was never going to turn. And crunch. On board here with Keith Nelson. A little bit of contact with the wall. And as the session's going to come to a close, he's got one more lap to go. Timer runs out. The white flag is out. And a much... Well, unfortunately, I didn't get to see a lot of it because the sick. But what I can say is these guys put on quite a bit of a fight, and a well done to Nelson for hanging in there. Unfortunate for what happened with Brock Morris, as he unfortunately did not stick around for the second heat. Oh, that sounded like I missed a shift. A little further back, Blanco, 22 seconds back. One looks to hold on to his second place spot. Crunchy. Oh, Salah's back in the pits. What happened here? Oh. Let's get another look at that. And you towed it? Yep, he towed it. Regardless, final corner for Nelson Jr. Keith Nelson Jr. goes back-to-back in the streets of Chicago. And a big congratulations to him. Blanco, oh, a little bit of squirreliness from Nelson as he has having a little bit of fun. As Burke comes to the line, he'll finish in 7th. 6 laps down. Blanco crosses in 2nd. Looks like the last driver that'll finish is David Nannen. Oh, no, it's actually going to be these two because these guys are just past turn 1. So it will be Nannen to finish us up. Nannen to the line. We'll take the last spot in the lead, lap 4 P5. To bring an end to the first week of the Sunset Bend Street Stock Road Course Challenge presented by the Prodigy Racing Association. Big congratulations here to our winner, Keith Nelson Jr. He goes back-to-back here in our 2 heats today. And I imagine someone's not exactly going to be the happiest when we come back. What's going on there? Oh, my goodness. That's not supposed to be there. Regardless, thank you very much for joining us. Again, this has been the Sunset Bend Street Stock Road Course Challenge. Next week, we're going to be headed to Watkins Glen to kick off week 2. And now that we know the format a little bit, things should hopefully be a little more interesting. Watkins Glen a lot more open. Should make for a good time. Thank you for joining us. We'll see you next week.